It is Friday. Woohoo. Finally, right? Get this week over with and enjoy the weekend and go from there, right? Okay. As you know, did I go live? Yay, you joined, yay, I see ya. Okay. Why is my stuff being weird? Sorry, guys. Okay, now it's doing it. Okay. I don't know. For some reason, when I go live, my phone won't, because I usually watch chat on my phone because when I'm in the other screens, I can't see anything. And for some reason, the last couple days, it's not letting me, once I go live, like it won't let me click on it at all. It's weird. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Beach Babe. I am not feeling better, but I am going to do this because I have to get this out. But the migraine is not intense right now. And so I figured I'm going to come on while it's just barely there. Hopefully it don't come on at all today. But I think what it is I've spent so much time in the last week on this laptop that looking at the screen is bugging my eyes. My glasses broke, and I think not wearing my glasses and staring at this stream for, 8-9 hours in a day, I'm on the laptop because of everything I found lately. So I think that's what's triggering the migraines. And then for some reason last night I burnt with a fever all night. So I don't know what's going on with my body. But whatever, right? But this today is going to, I hope it's not as confusing as I think it feels. I'm not one that digs into paperwork and documents and the reports and that. Yeah, I just, it's not my cup of tea. I look at it, I read over them, but I don't really study them or anything. But lately I had to because things were really bothering me with the James Mackey thing with the Jimmy or Justin Springer and everything else. So I'm like, you know what? So I started in digging, and I have a little research team that helps me out that honestly are my lifesavers because there's a lot of this stuff I couldn't find. I would have no clue how to find, but they know how to do it. So that being said, did you guys read Bubbly's comment? The frats on a lot. Yes, I posted it in Discord, but I don't know you're in Discord that I posted it in, Christina. Yeah, it was done at U of I. Yep, Sigma Chi. Yep. Guys, like he's in pretty bad shape by what I seen. It's sad. It's sad. So all this stuff is something that I decided that I needed to put this out and help you guys understand. And it took me to learn it too. You know what I mean? I couldn't present it to you guys unless I understood it completely. And I can honestly say I don't think I understand it completely. So this is where I'm kind of asking for everybody's help, or you guys take what I'm going to show you all today, and there is a good bit here, and take it and research some more yourself. Don't take what I'm saying. I mean, I am going to back up a lot of my stuff here with papers and that, showing you, but don't, you know what I mean? Do your own research. Get into it, look at it, see what you can find, see what you can come up with, see what you can link everybody to, and you know what I mean? And let's go from there. But And what we're going to do first, just to kind of start into this, is I'm going to, oh my God, my cat wants to come sit on my laptop right now. She's stealing my pumpkin decorations and bringing them to me and trying to set them on my laptop. Yo, Dee, what's up? Good to see ya. Oh, it's early. You're probably up getting ready for work now, huh? But as you know, we all watched the new Molly video that Translucent put out. Okay. So we're going to watch that little clip again. And then I'm going to try. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you, SRB. I thought so. Oh, it's Friday, Shaggy. It's a good day, right? Last day of work. You get the weekend off. Yay. So anyhow, we're going to start out with the first video. We're going to watch it real quick, and I'll point out something I want you to notice in the Molly video. Then, well, we're just going to do it one step at a time. Like I said, I have so much, I'm not sure how, I'm not sure how to do it all because, like I said, this ain't my cup of tea. This ain't the stuff that I like to present to you guys. I like to go over the body cams and in the videos and all that, which I am working on that. But when all this came, when this all came about, I had to kind of stop that for a minute. So that's why I'm like, you know what? Even though I don't got it 100% together right now, I'm still just going to show you guys. I'm going to put it out there, and then we can, everybody, we can go from there and, continue to research it and dig it into it. I do have a boom at unfortunately, it's probably going to be towards the ending, and I hate doing that, but it's just how I got to present it. You know what I mean? So stick with me, please. Please, please, please. Okay, SRB, I haven't got the look. Good morning, Donna. Good morning, good morning. I did pin my Cash App at the top. Like I said, not expected, greatly appreciate it. It is up there. If anybody needs it, let me know. But like I said, my phone is being weird, and once I'm live, I can't go on there, and that's how I post all my links. So let's watch the Molly video and do this one step at a time. Because like I said, every name that you've seen up there, I have you stuff to show on them. So Justin and James and Janelle and Molly and Lars and I don't know the other name. I don't know if it's Sabra or Sabri or it's Sabra, but however you say the name. So I got different people to show you different stuff for, and then hopefully you'll see what I see on the connection. So let's do it. Let's watch the first video, and then we will go from there. Give me a second. The stupid presenting stuff is what gives me the most grief. Okay. Sabra. Sabra. See, that's how I was saying it too, was Sabra. That's funny, SRB. I think that's how it is. When I look at it, I want to say Sabrina. Like, that's just like when I start to see it, that's what my name comes to. But it's like Sabra. But, accurate, yeah. Bro, bright. Yeah, bro. Well, when I screw it up 50 times today, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, it's that one. So watch this. We're going to get through this part. And when the part I want you to pay attention to, first off, I'm sorry, but Justin and James Mackey look alike. They definitely look identical to me. Okay. So watch this. And then when we get into the part I want you to look at, I'll stop it for a minute and I will, point it out to you. Okay.
Is that your ride?
Yeah, we were actually just here already going. Okay.
Okay. I've got, I need to print off something for her real quick.
All right.
And take me 2 seconds.
Okay.
So you guys can hang out. I just want to print you off a copy of the warrant, Molly.
Is she allowed to have a cigarette?
Absolutely, yeah. Here's a copy of the search warrant, okay? So here's what's going to happen is we send the blood off to get it tested, okay? It is taking about 18 months to get the test results back.
Oh my God.
Ouch.
Statute of limitations on DUI is 2 years. So you do the math.
Yeah.
There's a chance that we don't get the blood back before statute of limitations runs out, okay?
He says do the math. Well, he needs to do the math because he screws that up. He's talking about it takes 18 months and 2 years and, you know, it won't be back in time. Well, 18 months is less than 2 years. So you do the math, but.
But that's what we have to wait on is the blood results. When we get them back, depending on what's in your blood and the stuff like that, the prosecutor will probably request charges for DUI if there's controlled substances in your blood. Okay. They will send you information to your address on record with Department of Licensing.
Okay.
I don't think it's the same truck, but as you're going to see throughout what I'm going to show you today, a lot of things, they use different names for owners and different, like, you know, like go back to the Mackey one that we just showed. I mean, he had plates on there that was registered to his boss. He had plates on there that was registered to a Harley. So who knows whose that truck actually is, but it's not the same one that Molly was pulled over at Walmart in.
Okay, so just make sure that's up to date as you move or anything like that.
You know where I am because I'm the dasher, so.
You're a dasher, okay.
Well, no, I'm the dasher from the murder case. I'm the one that they're keeping quiet and kind of.
We're keeping her hiding, so.
Yeah, why are you telling me that? You spilled the beans to me.
I know.
Your secret's safe with me, okay?
Thank you, Thank
you for being cooperative, and I'm so sorry about the panic attack stuff. Like, I get it, okay? I'm sorry you went through it, and that wasn't my intention to make you suffer or anything. If you want to go find something. Justin Stringer.
You see that?
Sabra's. And he was.
Did you see his reaction to that name? When he says Justin Stringer, look at this cop's reaction.
And he was.
Wait a minute. I didn't go back far enough. Hold up.
And he.
Oh. Okay. But pay attention to the cop's reaction when the name is said.
If you want to go find something. Justin Stringer. Sabra's. And he was, I hooked him for DUI, but then long story short, I ended up kicking him loose. But he's going to help us with some stuff.
So it doesn't sound like she's supposed to be letting him drive it.
He's slinging dope. Right.
Pay attention to how he says he's slinging stuff, and then he says, coming up here, you got to pay attention to this because then it's going to connect when I show you other things.
My Facebook girl, he was going to sell me meth.
His Facebook girl. Okay, so he's undercover, the cop, trying to sell stuff.
And so I'll let him think.
My guess is the dope's at home because she went to the store.
Yeah.
Just some ice cream and shit in the back.
For some reason, he didn't want us to look in it, but I don't know. Maybe she has some fentanyl in there or something. So.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I did. I'm getting searching anyway.
Yeah. So I'm done after this. So.
Oh boy. So.
Okay. So. Good morning, Ro. It was quite a reaction, wasn't it? I mean, I know people said that looked like Showalter behind them, and it looks like that BK Norton and that. I'm not real sure with that. I wasn't going down that rabbit hole right now because once I went down this rabbit hole, I can't get out of it. So that rabbit hole, I'm just not even going down right now. Okay. Oh, you might be there, Shaggy. You might be. The part was prior to where she said she was the DoorDash driver for that. But I wanted to see the reaction to the cops when the name Justin was said to him. Obviously, that cop knew who Justin was. You know what I mean? For him to say, to react like he did with that, just tells me that, that he knew that name. And usually they stick a name and they use it as a CI, okay? Okay, so other cops will know the name as a CI, okay? So that's the part that I think it is, okay? This is so confusing and so hard because this is not me. And the person who was supposed to help me is more nervous coming on than I am, and she backed out on me, so she's leaving me to present this. So I'm trying, guys, but you will see as time goes on how this is. Yes, Molly brings up Justin in the first Walmart pullover where she's like, I know you say I'm related to that guy, that Justin Colfax or whatever, and okay, so yes, she is an actress, isn't she? Right. Okay, so we're gonna take that thought and all that we just seen, that we're questioning whether Justin and James are the same. Are they two different people? Are they the same? Because the one thing is got to, like, I don't know if a lot know this, but when you become a CI, they set up you a second profile. Okay, so you got your original for yourself and all your trouble. But then they're going to set up another one because they don't want us to know that you're a CI. So they make it very, very good that you question, okay, well, there must be two different people because, look, this one says, he's 30 and this one says he's only 25. And, okay, but they change that thing. They change them things so we don't know and we don't pick up on it. Okay, I fully do believe that Justin and James are the same person. Okay? One is, original name, and one is CI name. Okay, they are definitely linked together somehow, some way. I cannot find a picture of Justin at all, no matter. Thank you, Lily. No matter how hard I try, I cannot find a picture of this Justin. Okay, so if they are two different people, which could be, might be, you know what I mean? But they're definitely working together for the same thing. Okay, so that being said, let me show you then. We're going to hold them thoughts for a minute. Okay. So we're questioning whether Justin is James, or if they're not, then they are definitely tied very closely together in this operation thing that they're part of. Okay. Like I said, I would love to be able to find a picture of Justin and see what he really looks like, because if that's Justin standing there beside Molly, that to me just looks like James. So I'm not sure. I can't completely put them as one person, and I can't not so I have nothing yet to put them completely together. I'm trying, so that's where I'm asking you guys if anybody can come up with a picture of this Justin or any more info on him. I'd greatly appreciate to see it. Yes. Oh, yes. His rap sheet is long, and I will be able to show you some of it. Okay. I have a report that's like 50 pages long with a lot of charges. A lot of charges for him. So, okay, so we're going to hold all this for a minute. Witchy, good morning. If I missed anybody coming in, good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, so the next we're going to do is we're going to take a moment. We're just going to stop. I'm going to show you something else. Okay. This person is, hold up. Hold up. Okay. Let me go right here. Let me present this one. This person. Okay. No, Tonka, you didn't. Ah, yeah, I'd love to see that because if you're finding a picture, then they are two different people, but they are definitely linked together in this little operation they have going on. I believe it. Okay, so this part that I'm going to show you now is a guy by the name of Lars Bronze. Okay, he is out of Colfax. Now, once we start in reading this, you're going to understand it a little bit more. I'm not obviously going to read it all because it's 50 pages long, but I just am going to read through a part of it so you understand what this guy does. Okay. And then I'm going to show you how he is linked to everybody else. Okay. Lars Bronze is his name. Okay. Where's it at? Stupid thing. Okay. It's on the screen. Oh. I'm going to skip through this part right here. Okay. There's his name, Lars Bronze. Okay. This was filed January 20th, 22. Okay. Lars Bronze. As you guys see with the first sentence here, he's a trafficker. Selects victims who demonstrate vulnerabilities, including homeless, substance abuse, mental health issues, and his histories of physical, emotional, and abuse. A typical, I got to watch my words, but a typical traffic recruits victims by telling them that he loves them, promises them a better life, provides them with shelter, drugs, and lying to them about the nature of the job. Thank you, Tonka. The traffic controls their victims through physical violence, grooming and all that, right? Victims with promises and complaint. But so they promise them everything, right? He promises them all this wonderful life, okay, to use them for traffic. They control them financially, takes advantage of the victim's rug dependency. Victims often stay with their traffic or leave and then return because they believe they have nowhere to go. But there is no one else out there for them and no other options for them. They feel ashamed, guilty, thinking that they will not be accepted elsewhere. They are afraid. If they leave, the traffic will find them and harm them. Okay? So, here starts what he has done. Now, I like I said, I am just going to read through a little bit of this just so you can kind of get the idea of what Lars does. Okay. Lars appeals his conviction after a bench warrant of human traffic in promoting. You gotta. I don't know what word I can and can't say. This is going to make me mad, but prostitution. Because overwhelming evidence supports the finding that a victim engaged in prostitution as a result of Bronze manipulation. We affirm both convictions. We also reject Bronze contention that the trial court violates the appearance of fairness. Fact. The prosecution arises from the protract pigment, and see, this is where I need my glasses. Oh my God. Relationship between Jane, a defendant. 4-year relationship includes the performance of commercial acts by Jane at the request of and for the financial gain and enhancement of Bronze. Bronze appeal rises two principal questions. First, whether Bronze, within the meaning of Washington human traffic, force fraud against Jane in fulfillment of one of the crimes. Second, whether forced fraud led Jane's prostitution. Okay. Where is it at? Okay. Answer the question. I want you to see it. Answering the question, narrative, Jane's remarkable story. In February, okay, here it is. Okay, I can't see chat. I can literally see part of it. In February 2013, Jane began communicating with Bronze over the internet. Jane was then 20 years old and married. Bronze was in his early 50s and also married. Jane lived in Spokane. Bronze resided in Ellensburg. Jane knew Bronze's children through her husband, who socialized with the offsprings. In her cyber messages to Bronze, Jane expressed concern about the rug usage of Bronze's children. At the same time, Jane started writing Bronze. She commenced abuse alcohol. Her alcohol use creative conflict in her marriage. In 2013, Lars Bronze and Jane spoke by phone or communication by email several hours each day. Jane then admired Bronze 30 years her senior as an accomplished intelligence. Jane diversed her marriage problems. Bronze advised Jane to engage in this affair. Okay. Bronze expounded that he rekindled his marriage by cheating on his wife because him and Jane hooked up. Lars and Jane met in person for the first time and interlocked in a moment together inside Spokane Hotel. By May, Bronze and his wife were in the process of divorce. Jane's husband soon learned of her encounters with Bronze. Jane moved from her husband's residence and divorced him. Lars Bronze learned that Jane informed Jane's husband of her encounters with Bronze. Bronze grew furious at Jane because he worried his wife would hear about the affair and use this against him in their divorce and child custody. Bronze ceased speaking with Jane. A lack of interactions between Lars and Jane did not last. Jane engaged in manipulative relations with another man. Bronze called Jane. We do not know why Jane answered the phone during the phone conversation. Bronze screams at Jane. Jane calls her names, a slut, all kinds of stuff, right? Bronze goes and suggests that Jane that Bronze was jealous. Okay, the remarks also surprised Jane that Bronze had told her he never spoke to her. He would never speak to her again. Bronze and Jane spoke by phone in additional occasions in coming days. Jane repeatedly apologized. In the early 2013, Bronze invited James to his home in Ellensburg, where he would introduce her to his friends. Jane's lack of a driver's lacked a driver's license. James traveled from Spokane to Ellensburg to visit Bronze. Bronze there purchased alcohol for Jane. Now remember, he's in his 50s and Jane's only in his early 20, her like 20 or so. Good morning, anybody coming in? I think I see Leslie and Billy. I can only see like a hairpiece of chat. Sorry. Okay, he started feeding her alcohol, obviously, and then Bronze hid his relationship with Jane from all of his friends and everything. You know what I mean? He directed her to use the name Kathy. Okay, during the first visit, Bronze permitted his 7-year-old son to enter the bed where Bronze and Jane laid naked. Dave, with an unidentified last name, also resided with Lars Bronze in Ellensburg during Jane's early June 2013 visit. On one day, Bronze left Jane alone with Dave, during which Dave groped Jane. Dave informed Jane that Bronze gave him permission to have intercourse with her. Jane refused. Dave, after which Dave punched the bed by her head. Jane ran in and locked herself in the bathroom while crying hysterical. She texted Bronze and requested he return to the residence. Bronze declined. Bronze eventually returned home. He accused Jane of promoting the advance of Dave because of her behavior. Bronze questioned Jane about why she did not strike Dave if she objected to the housemaid's advance. Bronze volunteered that he encouraged Dave to engage in intercourse with her. Okay. He introduced Jane not to report Dave to law enforcement. Bronze then intimidated sex with Jane. Jane never saw Dave again. At 2 a.m. following Dave's assault, Lars deposited Jane at the Ellenberg's Greyhound station. Braun instructed James to leave. Jane lack of money for a ticket, but after pleading with the bus driver, she got a free one. Okay. After her return to Spokane, Jane resided with her parents. Okay. Weeks later, Braun offered to allow Jane to live with him again. Late in June 2013, Jane returned to Ellensburg to reside with Braun. She brought her personal belongings. In the coming months, Braun supplied Jane with alcohol, and Jane gave Braun the intercourse. Jane continued to employ the Kathy name. Okay, in September 2013, Braun shifted. Braun expressed his desire for group intercourse on his birthday. Although Jane did not want to do that, but she has really no choice in this matter, right? You know what I mean? I mean, you're seeing what I'm talking about by what this Lars does. Okay, and they know it. And that's the sad thing is the law enforcement knows this guy runs a trafficking thing, right? I mean, this goes on, like I said, for 50 pages of stuff that he made this lady go through and do that it's disgusting. I mean, I just don't even know. It's heartbreaking. It's disgusting. It's just, okay. Okay, Bronze told Jane that she felt him because of her unattractive advancing. Okay, Bronze commented sadly. Okay, Bronze told Jane that two should locate their individuals for group intercourse. Jane unearthed another man-woman couple. When the four met, Bronze directed Jane to please the man as he watched. During Jane encounters with the male grew aggressive. Jane pleaded to Bronze to stay near. He retreated with the woman to another room. Jane and Bronze resided together in Ellensburg from late June to December. During these 6 months, Jane relied on Bronze for food and housing. Bronze supplied Jane with the alcohol. Okay. So you see where I'm going with this. Okay. So Lars Bronze is out of Colfax, runs this operation. Okay. No, this is not the only person that Lars does this to. Okay. That's where you're going to get to. You'll see what I mean. Okay. I have this all. If you want it, if I can figure out, I will put them in the description when we're done. I should be able to, link some of them and put them there. I'm, not 100% sure because, like I said, this ain't my cup of tea, but I'm doing it. Okay. So I don't really want to keep going with this because I'm disgusted by it, honestly. But you got my point. He threatens to cheat on her. He threatens to obviously take, she relied on him for everything. So he's going to remove it all. But he demands her to then, here he even has her put an ad on Craigslist, okay, and start offering services that way. They bounce to Florida. She gets arrested. He leaves her in Florida. He comes back up to Ellensburg, I think it was. And then she ends up getting her way back up there. And then they end up getting back together again. And it just goes back and forth, right? Okay. So you get my drift on that one. Okay. So we know what Bronze does now. He runs this operation out of there. Okay, so hold that in your mind as you're also holding, the James and the Justin and, them are working together in some kind of sneaky operation for, them to be acting the way they act. Okay, so we're going to take that one. And let me see here real quick. I'm going to check chat here. It becomes apparent further in the document that Jane isn't the only person Lars does this to. Exactly. It does. 213 people should know not to meet people on Craigslist. Exactly, Christina. You would think, right? But, this was back a little bit, but still, come on. Is this Jay? SRB, yes, you're going to see. Okay. So SRB asks if this is Jay Bronze's dad. Okay. Jay Bronze is Janelle. Okay. This guy is a piece of work. Like I said, I just don't even want to read through the stuff that he puts these people through. Okay. And every time she had a chance to leave, she went back. Because he controlled it. He gave her what she needed. He gave her the alcohol for the first part. Then it turns into rugs. Okay. Then, he starts supplying that, which then once you're supplying that, you know what I mean? Then they don't want to withdraw. They don't want to get sick. You know what I mean? So they go back to them. And this guy is disgusting. Okay, so we got that. I'm going to, let me show you. Okay, wait a minute. Sorry. Okay. Now, I wanted to show you Let me see if I can find it here. Hold on. Where is it at? Oh, right here. Okay, hold up. I found it. Let me take this one off. Remove that one for now. Okay. So you're still with me, right? We got a little bit of different things going on here right now. But in the end, I think you're going to see it like I see it. They're all involved with each other. Okay. So now we're talking about Bronze and what he's like. Bronze has a daughter, which is Janelle. Janelle is the girl that was in the white truck with that of Molly's that ran from the police. Okay. So Janelle is Bronze's daughter. Okay. These Okay, he made it so it was virtually impossible for Jane to leave the situation because of the limitations she had in the ability to support, house, and feed herself. Yes, yes. Tonka is spot on with this. Thank you, Tonka. Right, okay. So, now, why can't... No. No. Nope, nope, nope. I have it on the screen, but I can't find it to click on it. I'm just going to do it this way. Do it this way. Okay. Okay. So we see all this, right? I didn't want to dox the lady. I really didn't. But this is all, it's public info. Okay. She goes, her name, she does have multiple names too. Just like everybody else out there, they all seem to have multiple names. It's crazy. But this, I think, is like, married name. Probably the married name, okay? So Janelle Bronze is Lars Bronze's daughter that I just read you all of the crappy things that Lars does in his trafficking and everything else, right? Okay. So, that being said, here is his daughter, Janelle. Okay. Janelle has multiple different, aliases. Bronze, Davison. That's why I said it's a married name, whatever. In here, you see Lars, 63. Okay, so these are part people that, that she's related to and whatnot. Okay, but it shows you right there, her dad. Okay, she has some pretty good charges. Now, my understanding, there is a charge that there's a incident that happened with her on I think it was her. I know there's a raid that happened at 2 warehouses on December 30th that I haven't got to really dig into, but I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it was Janelle or the Sabra person, however we say her name, if it was her. But I thought the warehouse thing was interesting. I got to look into that more. If anybody hasn't yet, good idea. Do I see bubbly or do I see... No, I see official. Welcome. Anybody coming in? I can't see chat. Okay. So it gives names, phone numbers, and all that. This also gives possible emails for her, right? Okay. These are addresses. Spokane, Colfax, Pullman. Okay, Spokane, and then California, Spokane, all different addresses. She definitely moved around a lot. Okay. These are all that. Now we're going to get into some of her charges, because her charges, what puts me to the fact that she also is a CI, is her charges just get let go. They just get, she gets off on nothing. You know what I mean? She just kind of gets let go on everything. So that makes me think that she is part of the CI too. And she also has another, different aliases that she goes by, just kind of like the Jimmy James and the Stringers. And, you're going to see that it's a pattern that they all are like this. Okay. This one was for a felony possession of substance ×3, which you see most of these are all, rug related usually. Okay. She has a felony. This warrant was June 28th of 2024. Okay. She has a fugitive charge, October 26th of 2024. Okay, here's her burglary 2, second degree, October 26th, 2024. Okay, November 13th, 2023. She has a fugitive charge. Official, it's kind of a mix of a whole bunch of stuff that I'm trying to show that how they all come together. And I do have a boom at the end that I know I haven't heard one person talk about, but so stick with me, please. Yes, anybody related to Molly has an extreme record. Okay. As you can see, it just goes and goes and goes. I mean, back to 99, she has criminal trafficking. What's it? Cooten County is where it was. Now, drug use. I have what I think is weird is that Janelle's charges didn't come out till August 8th, where it said that she, that she was charged with certain things. But I believe that there's a chance that she actually was arrested May 2nd, and they kind of hid it until August 8th, which, is right after Brian's sentencing and everything else. So that's kind of weird. Okay. I'm just going to, there's so much weird stuff on this that it's crazy. Okay. But she was arrested. They said August 8th, but I'm pretty certain it was May 2nd, and they hid it. The Cooten County case number, if you want it for her, is CR 28224003. Okay. And that's out of Cooten County. She was booked into Spokane on 10/26 of 24 at 7:40 in the evening. Just kind of weird that her charges, there was never anything out there. And then right after Brian's, plea, then all of a sudden Janelle's stuff kind of comes out. So I kind of just, coincidence, maybe, maybe. Well, I have to laugh when I say that word, but who knows? Just stuff I'm throwing out there, and I'm hoping that all of us together can fully put it together. I have it so close. I just don't have everything. You know what I mean? So together, I'm hoping we get this. Okay, so you see all of Janelle's stuff. I'm just going to slowly talk and and go through and stroll because there was like 35 pages to this. That's how many charges and that this woman has had, which most of them are all rug related. Not everyone is. I mean, there are traffic ones, there are, different ones like that. But for the most part, they're drug related, okay? She was born May of 1980. She, by the sounds of it, she's a little girl, little blonde, blue eyes. I think she was only like 125 pounds, it said. So, little cute young girl. These were 2017 charges. This was 99 in 1999. These are traffic ones. Yes, Janelle is the one who fled in Jimmy's white truck. Okay. Always remember. Okay. So here's driving recklessly in February of 23, which I think is that when she fled in the truck. I think it was the February 22, 23 charge, the one that you see right now. Okay. It said charges were filed on March 1st. Offense occurred on February 22nd. Okay. Yeah, officer flee or attempt to elude police officers in a motor vehicle. Okay, so this is the one that she was chasing, that she ran in the truck. Okay, here's that case number if you want to look it up and see. I have a lot of the stuff on the screen for you guys. All you need, if you want to look into it, take that case number and, you see what you can find with it. See what you can, see what you can come up with, because like I said, I have it so close, but just not 100% there yet. So, and that's what I was trying to get before I went live, but with the migraine and running a fever and everything else right now, I'm like, you know what? I'm just presenting what I have. You guys can take it, leave it. I have the proof to everything I'm showing so far. Okay. So this is just, again, like I said, here's March of 2022, Cooten County drugs infraction, driver's license, operated motor vehicle with Ohio suspension in Cooten. I think Cooten County. Okay, so you're getting my point here. Janelle is Bronze. Is Lars Bronze's daughter, Janelle Bronze. Okay, she's young, way younger, but I mean she ain't now, I guess. But okay, so we got that point. I'm gonna scroll through here just a little bit more in case somebody wants to see any of this info. I'm pretty sure drug paraphernalia. This was March 18th of 2022. Okay, possession of controlled. This was November 17th of 2023. Okay. This just is offenders that are in the area. Okay, so we can get rid of Janelle's profile now. Okay. So far, we got that. Now, we will take down Janelle. Okay, let's check out Justin. Okay, Justin, when you pull his up, I'm going to click off my screen and come back to chat for a minute. Don't worry about it, official. It's kind of hard. This is like, it's just people that were involved that I know some things were said that certain people weren't real or certain things wasn't this and that. And I just wanted to show that, no, it is. Yes. Tonka knows what he's talking about, because I will say Tonka is one that I have shared this info with too, because I was like, somebody help me. Because like I said, this ain't my cup of tea. So, okay. We're going to check out May of 21. I'm not sure. I know May of 22 and 23. I think she did. I'm not sure on 21. I can go back to it. Hold up. Let's see. What did see? You said 22? May of 22? Let's see, SRB. Okay, does not look like 22 has any charges, because there's 23, 24, and then it goes down to 99. Let me make sure. Okay, you said 22. Yeah, November 12th of 23. And then 2018, 17, 7, 99, 22, 22, 20, or 23. Why am I saying 22? There you go. There is March 18th of 2022. Whoever asked. Tomboy. Okay, there is March of 2022. And that is a misdemeanor rug possession in Cooten County. Nothing. Let me see what Tomboy has to say. Yes, I have Justin's way out. I'm getting to Justin next. 21. Okay, so. Okay, so. Scroll down some more. Okay. There's November 17th of 21. Janelle. I'm scrolling. I don't know where you want me to go, Tonka, but okay. September of 99. Okay. Paraphernalia, March 18th of 2022. November 17th of 23. But okay. True Crime X, hello, welcome. Okay. Let's go to, actually, we're going to go to this one first. Because this one, because it does not have his full middle initial, or the full middle name, like the report's a little different. This one just says Justin C. Stringer, which I'm going to show you something, because in that video, because they talk about the weird name that I tell you I can't. Okay. But the Sabra person, right? Well, look, Sabra is a stringer. Okay, this is grandma. She's 80 at this point, okay? So this one shows the Sabra name as an 80-year-old, but I think that's grandma. Okay, there's a Michael, there's a Dawn, there's an Ashley. Okay. Okay, I'm also going to show you something in here that okay. This is address in Colfax, right? This, see what I mean? This profile of this name has nothing. It just has that very little bit of info. I don't even. Okay. So this one don't really have much info on it. Yes. Tonka is spot on. Yes. Okay. So that profile with just the middle initial as C doesn't show anything. Okay. That's the profile that I would think is the CI profile because they're making it, or maybe it's the real one, and then this one's the CI one because they leave one that you look like you're a good person, and then they make the other one where it looks like, you're not. So these people are from all his friends. Okay. You can't find nothing on him. Yeah. Well, here is Justin Chance Stringer. Okay. Now this one shows us a lot. Okay. And you see, there is that name again, Sabra. I know. I have to laugh because I can never get it right. But, okay. So, everything that would say, it's in a person. Yes, 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 Christina. She is an actual person. Okay. It's not a made up person at all. Okay, so it actually is a person. Her married name is Martin. Okay, but Stringer must be the maiden name. She also has a grandma. She comes up as 36 years old, August of 1989. Okay. Now, she don't have many locations, but you see Colfax is another place where she lives. Okay. I shouldn't say she. I keep saying she, and this is Justin's. Right? Yeah. Justin Stringer is related to her. Okay. So this is the other profile with his. Okay. Not many different addresses, only a few of them, which strange to me. Okay. Now, he was born May of 1993. His middle name is Chance. Okay, this is a felony charge on December 18th of 2023. There's some charges here. That's why I do wonder if it's not the profile with just the C, that maybe that is another profile for him. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let me check chat again. I'm getting. Yes, James Mackey is Molly's boyfriend. They aren't married. Well, James Mackey is. I don't really know that it's a boyfriend of Molly's. Okay, we'll get there. Okay. Okay, I'm going back through chat here. The hubby on her, I haven't dug into that one. I don't think I got that one. Like I said, I would have gotten more if I felt better and I didn't, get the migraines, and then they wiped me down. And then I was like, okay, I'll do it today. And then, like I said, for some reason, I'm running a fever and I feel like crap. So, but we'll go through this one now. And then I'll get to more. We'll get to more. Still so much more. I still got a boom coming. Okay. This was, where did it go? Okay. It went from February 2016 with intent to deliver and intent to use. Okay. Okay, 2016, 2016, 2017, 2017. Okay, failed to obey citation, failed to appear, false personation, failed to appear again, controlled substance. I'm not sure what this is. But as you notice that it seems like he got in all this trouble, and then all of a sudden, like, it just stopped. At least it stopped being reported. And when you become a CI, of course, they're not going to put it on your record because they're trying to hide who you are. So I think that there's definitely a connection to this profile and the other one, that one, you know what I mean? Like, I just think it's weird. I don't know. But I can't really find any recent things on him at all. Okay. So if he's in that body cam and it's not Mackie or whatever, and it is him, here's a December of 23. You know what I mean? There's March 17th of 23. Wasn't that the same time that Janelle had charges too? Okay, if you also can compare that, a lot of them have same charges on the same days. There was just an impersonation charge, just the kind of thing I've been telling you. Yep. Okay, so he's impersonating. He got charges for impersonating, like Tonka just said. Okay, so there's no way that this person just became a goody two-shoe and that all of a sudden, and not having charges, and you know what I mean? Like, I just don't see it. Sorry, I don't. But still more. Okay. But as you've seen, his address was in Colfax, just like Janelle's, just like, Justin, Janelle, and that Sabrina. See, I say Sabrina, Sabro person, however you want to say it. They all have a Colfax address. Okay. He is not, but they list them at the end of it. Parallel crime, true crime. Yep. Okay. So you see that. Okay. So we see all that. Now, here is. Did I already show this one? Okay, Sabro, Stringer, Martin. Martin, like I said, is the married name, or was married name. Okay. Now, you see all her aliases and everything that's right here. She don't really have, I mean, they're just difference in spellings or whatever. But now, here's the grandma again with the same name. Okay, then let's see who else. There's a Janelle Martin. Okay, Stephen Martin. I think it's okay. Let's see what her charges are. Let's see where these are all possible emails of hers, which there's a lot of them. Okay, let's see addresses. Oh, look, another Colfax, right? I'll show you why I keep pointing out the addresses in a minute. Okay, this is May of 2022. Okay. Again, I don't know what it was about May of 2022 and 2023, but they all seem to have a charge at this same time. Okay. Here's a May 22nd of 2022. They describe her as white with green hair, green eyes, brown hair, 5'5", 115 pounds. These are all hers, okay? May of 2022. And again, same rug charges, right? There's August of 2022. There's May of 2022. May 27th of 2022. A bench, she failed to appear. A bench, she failed to appear. Okay, she's police. When was this one? March of 23. Okay, give me a second. They have addresses listed along with the same path Brian allegedly drove November 13th. Yes. When I was digging into Mackie, I found a Martin a lot. Yes. And you know who else you're going to find? You're going to find Payne. And I will show you that. In the reports, Payne is linked, is part of this. Okay. There's January of 2022. Again, same. They're all pretty much. There's a traffic violation. When was that? January of 2022. There's January of 23. Another traffic. Good morning, Stormy. I had to just do this myself, so I'm just doing it. I hope that everybody's understanding and getting what I'm showing so far. Okay. So I'm getting the impression that this is the making and pushing of products. Just my opinion. Yes, they are. Okay. Again, this is August of 20. Still rugs. Okay. A felony rug charge on July 2nd of 23. Here's a January again, 17th and 16th. This is a vehicle with no insurance. Okay, but this is the motion. Okay, this is January 16th of 2023. Again, November of 2021, November of 2021. There's August of 2018. Like I said, please make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and, get me in the algorithm, please. Please, please, please. If you don't have super chats, don't have memberships yet, I'm trying. If you want to donate, I did link my Cash App to the top of the chat. If you need more, they're underneath my name and my description. Okay. Let me check out what chat says. It's not just limited to the production and sale of stuff. It ranges into prostitution and trafficking. Yes. Yes. Tonka knows where I'm going. Yep. Ah, well, Christina, how dare you? You forgot to like. Okay. So let's finish out. So it's raw. Okay. These are just offenders that are in that area that they show every report, but there's nothing else. It shows finances. Okay. This also property that she owns. She did own a house on Seven Devils Road in Idaho. Okay, and then another property was Newton Road, Oregon. Oregon. Isn't that where the smashed car was at? Okay, history, current owner of the home now. Previous owner there. That's her husband, Stephen Martin. I thought that was his name, but I didn't want to say it until I knew for certain. But she's a stringer, but her husband, well, ex, I believe now, is Stephen. Okay. These are just, like I said, homes. This was a mobile home. Okay. So that's her. Let me check chat. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad I helped you, true crime, because like I said, I got this. I didn't get to go. I didn't get to dig as deep as I wanted to. I didn't get to get more than I wanted. You know what I mean? I didn't get the certain connections that I really wanted to connect. Like this one, she's kind of hard for me, other than she is supposed to be Justin's sister. Okay. But, I shouldn't say but that's who she is. Now, I want to show you something. I told you I kept pointing out where they all lived, right? So let me show you this. Okay. We're going to remove that for a minute. Let me present to you this thing. Okay. I'm going to show you this. This is where they live. They all live within this little blue spot. Right here's the addresses. Okay, I put in one address to the other address. They're literally right smack beside of each other. So I think that's interesting that we got Justin, we got Janelle, we got James, and we got this Sabra person all in literally beside each other. I mean, you see my map here gives it at like literally 1 minute apart. I went with the farthest two addresses and put them together. So the other ones live in between this dot and that dot. So all of them live together in this Colfax, which tells me that they like to make Colfax a place for CIs, I guess. I don't know. It just kind of strange that they all live right smack, almost right beside each other. You know what I mean? I'm looking at my notes. I have so many friggin' notes wrote down here for everybody. Okay. Okay. So we got that. So now you see, yes, close to WSU too. Yes. 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 Okay. Like I was hoping that some of you would start to put this, like, I'm not even 100% sure that they all, I can link some of them to each other. Obviously, you know, Janelle and Molly are together. You see them together. You see that James and Justin and Jimmy and whatever names, you know, if they're two different people, fine, but they're using the same, like, they're in this all together. Okay. Yes, it's close to Brian's apartment. It's like, I know. So I'm killing myself with the name. It was SRB. I keep cracking myself up because every time I look at the name, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to say completely wrong. And it's like Sabra. Yes, you found Mackie there with Janelle. Yes, you're getting there. Okay, there's no doubt in my mind if groups are involved, they all know each other, live as close together. There's no doubt in my mind they're all involved and they all knew each other. Yes, okay. And now you see that Janelle's dad is Lars, the traffic person. Okay, so he does that. Now, to my understanding, Molly and him were hooking up. I don't think they were. I think she was with James, but she was being pimped out by Lars because they're feeding her the rugs. Okay. And that's what they do. And that's how they get them, you know, these people sucked in and brought in. And I just, that's my theory on that one. I think for certain they are definitely all connected together with the rugs. Okay. Now, okay, we did them. Now, here's a name that, well, we'll go with this one first. Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay. This one obviously is Molly. This is Molly's maiden name. Okay. Okay. These are aliases that she has used. Okay. She's a bookkeeper, a stay-at-home mom. Okay. These are names that she is, you know, part of. And right here is James Mackey, 45, November of 79. Okay. I don't want to give out these other people's names and everything that they're related to. I don't want that. Okay. Come on. Okay. Okay, these are possible links. This is a MySpace, a Facebook, and another Facebook of hers. Okay. Phone numbers. She got T-Mobile. Okay. These are possible emails. All of Molly. Okay. These are locations that obviously are addresses that have come up for Molly as, you know, a resident, whatever. She was even in Detroit, Michigan. She was in Georgia. Okay. Washington, Idaho. Okay, there's her Garfield Street in Moscow. There's the North Van Bruin Street in Moscow. There's a P.O. box in Pullman. Okay, Johnson Street, Moscow. Okay, these are neighbors. Okay, now they're going to start her charges. Okay. Which we have seen some of these. This is the June 18th, 2022. This is the vehicles with the headlamps required. This one shows her last name as the McMichaels. This is a March 2017 charge. Okay. Birthdays, her age. This is June 23rd, 2016. Driving lane, unlawfully driving on highway laned for traffic. I don't know. Driving lanes. Unlawfully driving on highways laned for traffic. Well, that's confusing. Was she on a bicycle? Okay, September 11th, 2013. And like I said, Molly didn't really have many charges. Anything I ever could come up with on Molly was pretty much what we've had. You know what I mean? So there's a September 11th, 2013 default judgment. This is back in 2017. This was insurance that she didn't have on a pullover, which is common for her. All right. Okay. This is an infraction, 2016. And then again, it brings us to the June 18th in Whitman. That's the Walmart stop. This one is July 19th, Pullman police. Reason dismissed. They dismissed. Okay, so these charges just got dismissed. Well, why did they get dismissed? I think they got dismissed because of being a CI. They got her to become a CI, so then your charges go away. And then you help them. And she admits. You know what I mean? So we know she was. Right? So. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else. No. Finances. Current property. Highland Heights. Current owner, Molly. This was in 2024. Valued at $8,250. High-rise address contains apartments or buildings. So, okay, Heights. Trailer 9. Is that what that is? So it's a trailer park. Yeah, if anybody's a CI, it's Molly for certain. Okay, so that's Molly's. It's not long. There's not many charges. There's not, you know what I mean? There's really not much with Molly. So okay. Now, here's one I found because I was trying to dig up James Mackey. Well, in the process of that, I find Jamie Mackey. Well, hold on, let me check chat. Oh, Miss Molly seems to get away with an awful lot. But she in this, yeah, minimum charge. Of course, she's friends with Bill, and if anyone is a CI, it's Molly. Apparently, Molly's daddy was some kind of prosecutor or DA. Huh. Moscow. Did I say Moscow? Yes, I did, didn't I? Moscow. I know that one. I just must have slipped on that one. That's pretty sick. SM post. Jimmy's birthday is November 21st. Okay. So caught up on that. So this is Jamie Mackey, which I'm pretty sure is James, only because, well, this one says born June of 1977. Other aliases is Jamie, and then James. So I don't know, but this is where the pain comes in. There is a Rebecca Payne. There is a Michael Payne that is related to the Mackeys. Whether it goes to Brett Payne, I don't know. But there's Paynes that are in this family tree. There are 3 different profiles that belong to Jimmy. All the ages are within a couple years of each other with different birth dates. Yes, and that is something too, that if they are an informant, if they are a CI, they are going to make that, them are the simple things that they change in a CI profile is like birth dates and day, certain things like that. So like they'll make the person, a few years older or younger or whatever. So we don't pick up on the fact that it's the same person. You know what I mean? So that puts some pains in with Mackie, which is interesting. I think, anyhow. And you've got to think about when James got pulled over, like I said in the beginning, when he got pulled over, he was in a truck that he says is his, but plates go to his boss. And then there's another plate that goes to a Harley Davidson. That's, you know what I mean? That again is something that's common for them because they don't want to use their own stuff. So they use other people's stuff. Okay. This also has, is it this one? These are addresses, Washington. This one has a lot of Washington. Trying to see. So, but this Jamie also has charges. Traffic, used force against another. This was what, May of 2001. Okay. Let's see. This was 2000. See, there's no way back charges on this one. Way back charges. That's what's putting a flag to me that makes me think that this is James and this is part of the, second profile for a CI kind of person that, the charges were way back. So of course they're going to be way back. They're going to stop putting charges and, because you're getting away with everything on that. So, okay, so that's that one. Now, like I said, I'm not 100% sure that is James, but I'm pretty sure it's James. I mean, right there, he uses it. So, could be. Ages are close, everything like that. So, it should be. But trying to look. Okay. And honestly, what I think, and again, this is what I'm kind of putting to the here. I'm going to go back to my screen so I can see you guys. No, it doesn't stop them. Yes, yes, he has an old address. Okay. So you're just seeing my point here that obviously there's a lot of rugs going on out there. All these group of people right here, I believe, are 100% tied together. I do believe that Lars is the the traffic person and he does that, and I really think that James is more of the like dealer seller, you know what I mean? Um and he does that. So this is where I'm kind of starting to go like, okay, well, I'm seeing in my eyes, I see them all coming together. You know, they all literally live, you know, within a block of each other. They are all their charges either get dismissed, thrown out, or they go from being bad and having constant amount of charges on them to all of a sudden there's nothing. There's a big ring going on out there, and I think that this group is part of that ring. Now, the cop in the video with Molly, you know, says about his what was it, Facebook girl that, you know, they were going to sell stuff to and everything else. You know, it's just all to me links them together. I believe there are major tracks in and there are others, but there are the main. Yeah, yeah. Now, because we got all that, now let me look at one more thing. Let me look at one more thing. Okay. Okay. This that I'm going to show you next, this is the boom that I was able to put together by this digging. Now, is it 100% of a boom? I don't know. I think it's a boom. I think it's something nobody has come up with yet. Nobody's figured this one out yet that I've seen anyhow. Okay, so we see that they're all together. We see they're all linked together. We know that, you know, Janelle and Molly hang out together. We know Janelle was driving the white truck. She ran from the cops. We know that Lars does the traffic part. We know that James, I think he sells the product, right? Okay, so if that's the case, they're all part of it. They're all hooked together, right? Right. They're running an operation out there for certain. Now, how do I put them to being at 1122? Because obviously I'm not going to put in all this effort if I didn't think it linked to that house, to the crime house, right? So I was trying to figure out how I was linking them there. Okay. We ready? Gonna show you something. No. What'd I do? Hit the wrong button? I did. Oh, poop. No. Oh. Okay. Hold up. Hold up. Because my phone, my crap likes to give me crap. My crap likes to give me crap. You like that? Okay. So we know all this. We know everything so far. We know that James and Justin might not be the exact same person, but they surely are linked pretty close, even though I still think they are the same person and are using CI names and that to make them look like two different people. But to me, the person that's with Molly in that recent video looks a lot like James Mackey. And Molly said he had cancer. So if he had cancer, that would that would give us the why he looked a little different. Maybe he has the cane and everything else. But okay. We know what Bronze does. That Lars Bronze. We know he runs a ring out there. We know that Janelle is his daughter, who hangs with Molly because Molly is being pimped out by Lars. James Mackey is also involved in this little operation, but I think he sells the rug part of it. Okay. So we got all that. Okay. So we got all that, right? Right. This last April. Interesting. Okay. 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 So we know that this is all going on, right? So anybody ever figure out who works at the Jack in the Box, that who might have been there that night, who maybe is a cashier there, and maybe well, let me just show you. Janelle Bronze worked for Jack in the Box at the time of this crime. Right there it is. She was a cashier for the Jack in the Box. Boom. That's my boom. That's my okay. If Janelle is the one that now I cannot, there's nothing I can find that can put her on shift that night. Okay, I've tried. I can't find anything on it. This is where I hope that maybe one of you guys can work a little magic, dig some more deeper, and see if you can find out if Janelle was on shift that night. I don't know, but my gut is telling me she was. And if that DoorDash was a made-up order and she's a cashier, do you know how simple it'd be for her to make the order up and make sure that her and Molly, or maybe Molly comes and at the end of the night grabs the order, grabs her, and, go over to 1122? And I think there was more than just Molly in that car. If it was even Molly, it could have been Janelle in, Molly's vehicle, since they all are together. They all have vehicles that, each person uses, and you know what I mean? They all use each other's vehicles. They all use each other's accounts. They all, you know what I mean? So how hard would it have been for Janelle to make this order up? Because I'm sorry, you know what I mean? Where's the proof of the DoorDash order? They say it was on Ethan's phone, but it was done by Xana, but we haven't seen no proof of it. So my gut in digging into all of this, when this was found, is right there is our link. Yeah, exactly. True crime. Doesn't mean she was there. It could have been Janelle. It could have been James. It could have been, Justin, Janelle, who knows? But my gut tells me that this order was made up by Janelle. And I think Molly she made sure that it was made up, made in time for Molly to come in, pick it up, take it over. And then whoever the guys were that were in the car with Molly, yes, it came back to a Hyundai Santa Fe. Yes. Right? True crime? Right? And Tomboy's right. Justin's plates, when Justin was pulled over, the plates came back to a Hyundai Santa Fe too. So there are so many questions with this, but when I found this, to me, that just, wow. I think they showed up. I think that whoever was outside walking around, looking for the numbers of the house, because she couldn't find the numbers of the house, and I think that's all just, I think it's not true. I think she was walking around to make sure that she showed her face, coast was clear, everything's going on, and whoever was in that car with her that she parked up back went in that house. Yeah, it's all a lie. All of it. All of it. But that's that when like I said, I wanted to dig a little deeper and see if I could link in any more people and any other ways of this. But in all reality, I mean, I got most of it right here. I have all their, you're seeing all their reports, all their stuff, all their info. We know that Janelle and Molly and they're all together. They all live within a block of each other. They're all driving each other's vehicles. They're all, their charges are just disappearing, and yeah. So that's what makes me think they're all a CI, or at least Molly for certain, and Justin for certain. And yeah, but that's what I've gotten so far. That's where you can see that I have been just like, wow. When I found the Janelle this part saying that she worked at Jack in the Box, and it just threw a huge flag to me that tells me that yeah. Okay, the sister's husband. I want to compare his picture to the masked man on Jimmy's page. Yeah, 6,500 is a pretty damn good motive too. Yep. So when Santa let it slip that 2 were targeted and the other 2 were wrong place, wrong time. Exactly. So, and here's where I toss up with is, we know out of the 4, 2 of them did use rugs for certain. Okay. Even though we were told the other ones, or at least one of the other ones, dabbled or whatever. So the fact that they used product makes me start to wonder if they, they had to go collect the debt, or they had to go rough them up because they maybe found out and was going to go say something, or whatever that case is. Maybe they owed some money. Maybe I don't know. I mean, there's many of options on this one right here. Like Tonka just said too. She just sold her car. She had $6,500 in cash. But she was supposed to put that down on Range Rover, and then it was yeah, I don't know. But what do you guys think? What are you putting together here? You're fine, Meg. I should be at the doctor's myself, but I'm not. I had to get this out just to get it off my chest, to get you guys looking at it. See if maybe you guys can dig into and tie them in a little more. The kids didn't necessarily have to be doing them. It could have been as simple as one of those freaks witnessed the cell or setting the cell out. Yeah. Tonka, you're right there too. Doesn't mean they were. Yeah. But I'm wondering, if they went in. My gut tells me they went in for Xana and Ethan. And then with the fact of Dylan stating that it was Kaylee that went upstairs, said somebody was here, ran back upstairs and all that stuff, makes me start to wonder, you know what I mean? It's just making me wonder, were they in there taking care of Xana and Ethan, and Kaylee did come downstairs and run into them and ran back upstairs and was chased. I start to wonder on that end, or, was it for the ones upstairs and Xana, came in on it, and why would they leave her though? There has to be a connection between Dylan and these people. Yes. Why leave Dylan alive unless Dylan was involved? Just say that exactly. That's kind of where I'm at too. Is why would Dylan be left alone, especially if she was seen? Okay, maybe I don't know. Were they there? Were they really truly there? Because anymore, I don't trust anything that any of them say, sadly. And I hate to be that way, but after looking at all this stuff and all the ties of what's going on out there is just, yes, Tomboy, that's what I think too. I think Brian got a little too hot onto the trail of this stuff. At the beginning with the fight, Ethan and Hunter, Ethan fairly injured, called Green for help. He calls in the local psychopath. Could be Tonka. I mean, you talked about that yesterday, and I do think you're pretty accurate on that one, on your theory there. But there's just, I don't know. But when I could put Janelle at the Jack in the Box, that right there is what threw me for a loop of, okay, so we see the history of the people that surround Janelle, and we know that Molly is part of them people, and now all of a sudden we have Molly as the DoorDash driver that they're keeping hidden. Why? You know what I mean? Why would they keep her hidden if she was just the DoorDash driver? I just don't see that. And they didn't have, I don't know, guys. Like I said, I just had to put it out here for you guys. I'm sure I could have presented it a lot better and showed ties a little bit better. But again, I have a fever. I was up all night. Friggin' migraine yesterday, went into a fever all night last night. And today even my hair hurts. So I just had to come on. I had to get this out here so you guys can all see it and find what you can find. Please, because I would love to see more. Yeah, I would love to see more for certain on how this actually 100% lines up with each other. But I think I mean, I think we got the gist of it right here. You know what I mean? And the fact that Janelle was like a fugitive in November 13th of 2023 and them charges just went away. Like, come on. Like that, that throws me a real weird flag. I think that, like I said, James and Justin, like I said, if they're not the same, they're awful close, but I think they're the same, and it's just a CI name being used. It's making us think that there's somebody else. But Tonka said he sent me a picture of Justin's Facebook. So if that's the case, and does Justin look like the dude that's standing beside Molly in that video, Tonka? Because I didn't get to see Justin's Facebook page, but I'm curious if he looks like the dude standing beside Molly then. And the fact that the cop in that video reacted to the name like he did, as soon as they said, oh, yeah, that's Justin Stringer, he was like, you know, like his whole body shook and everything else. Like, oh, my gosh, you know, like it just made me start to wonder that, you know, they knew that name. So his Facebook page, I can't. Oh my God. I can't remember if I seen James's Facebook page or not. I think I did, but Jimmy. Every time I hear that, I can say the name Jimmy. I think of Molly on the phone for the Walmart stop. Jimmy, get here now. You know, like it was just even, you know what I mean? Like my mind goes back to that stop and how they acted and how they got on the phone with Jimmy and okay. Thank you, True Crime. Thank you. But yeah, like I said, I definitely can see the connection. I can see that there's something going on here. And the fact that Janelle worked for Jack in the Box just to me puts them at that can link them to the 1122. If, you know, she was on duty that night. If she worked that night, then wow. I just don't know how to prove that one. Yes, please hit the like, share, subscribe, do all that. Please. That helps me a lot. Get me out in the algorithm some. Get my channel going here. Oh, okay. Thank you. That's I would have too, True Crime. So now you see what I was talking about. You see my boom that I have. And you know, and I have spots where, like I said, I'm pretty sure that Janelle was arrested on May 2nd of, how is it? May 2nd of this year. But they show that she wasn't arrested till August 8th. And I thought that was strange that it's not what I seen. And just strange that, you know, they don't report it until after Brian pleaded guilt, you know, did his guilty plea. And then they put out Janelle's record that she was arrested for the fugitive charge or whatever it was. But then, boom, I can't find anymore. So I don't know. Yes, it was an employee. He said she ordered it and delivered it. Yes, True Crime, it is. Still a good email. Yes, you hear my kitty? Yes. He's like right here beside me. He drives me insane. Gotta love him. But he wants to sit on my laptop every time I'm on. He wants to come over and sit on it. And I'm like, no. So then he gets mad at me and walks away and starts meowing. It's like He has a mind of his own, that's for sure. Ah, I'm trying to go back. Yes, yes, that's right. Somebody, the guy at the Jack in the Box said that the girl had long dark hair. Yep, everybody thought it was Emma Bailey. Yep. Yep. Homeboy, yep. That's what I'm thinking too. That's why there's no DoorDash record. And then that's what also makes you wonder why they put the track and trace and everything on Molly and all that, because they didn't know about her. Because the DoorDash order was fake. I don't think it was real, because if it was real, they would have had it, and I think they would have known right away. Well, I don't think it was real. They didn't have it, so they didn't know about it. So, you know what I mean? So once they dug into it, then Molly had to finally come out and say, well, yeah, or whatever, you know what I mean? But I do think that Janelle was at work and she made the order herself, and she either delivered it or Molly come and got her and they went and delivered it or whatever, but that's how I think that went. And I can't think of why you would make up an order and do all that if there wasn't something else. You know what I mean? You ain't just going to go make up an order and go deliver it to somebody's house and just, you know, nothing going on. I'm just dropping off an order that you didn't order. Come on. So you ain't going to go through all that, make that order and go there if you're not going to go do something. Yeah. Yep. I don't know. Like I said, this has been driving me nuts for days. Like I said, it's been a full-time job for me for the last week, and I think that's why I'm getting the migraines like I am, is because I'm constantly staring at the screen and digging and digging and digging and digging, and then I'll take a break and then my mind just won't stop, so then I got to go back and get get it out and start digging some more, and I'm like, yeah, it's a full-time job. Yes, Shaggy, that's what I think it does too. It's a cover up for runners. Yep. And you know, why they were at that house, I don't know. But what puts me back to things is when I go back to WSU Mom Kim and some of the things she said. And she said, it was rug related and it was supposed to be like a shakedown that ended up going bad. And now that I see this and everything, I can see that. You're welcome, Tonka. I had that. Come on, I'm dragging you all into my rabbit hole with me, because I don't go into these rabbit holes. I stick to my body cam and stuff like that. Like, I don't get, that's why this presentation ain't no Lana presentation or anything like that, because this ain't my cup of tea. I don't do this kind of, like, I'd rather just do body cam. But when I fell into this rabbit hole, I can't get out of it now. So I had to drag somebody in there with me. So Tonka got drug into it. I do. Well, I don't know. See, it is dark in this hole. It is. Well, there's also a picture. I can't get into the Mowich thing. I think so, Christina. I do. Mowich might be another project that is in the works. but my next, the one I was originally working on before this, that I was working on before this is the body cam of the arrival at the house and all that. But I had to jump over to this one because this had to get out. So I'm like, no, I got to get this out. So Malich, I don't know that he's 100% involved with these people right here. No, that I don't think. I guess I should have fixed how I said that. I don't think he's part of this crew, but I think he is part of something. It's just not them. I sent those pictures. They are taken directly from his page. Note the masked man photo on the page, not in the photo I sent. There is a post of October 19th, 22. There's a picture of him holding a K-bar. Okay. Okay, True Crime X. I will look at that when we're done. There's a video attached as well. He is doing his satanic thing in front of a circle of powder. Oh, wow. Huh. Yeah. Tomboy, yeah, that's another rabbit hole I don't want to go in right now. We got to finish this rabbit hole first, okay? Yes, it does go deeper, a lot deeper. It's just like I said, everything happened, and then the migraines and everything. So I had to get it out to you guys now, and I figured between all of us and our digging and everything, we'll come up with it. Yes, Jimmy, yes, Tonka come up with yesterday that isn't there several connections, Tonka? He was in an area not only once with some unsolved ones. Oh, you're fine, Meg. You're fine, hon. Thank you. Yeah. Jimmy has he's been in some places that have unsolved crimes. And yes, Tonka is right. He was yeah. Yes, there's several connections across the country that are unsolved, and he happened to be in the area at that time. So yeah, as I say, this is a big rabbit hole that I didn't want to go down. I didn't, but this on screen right now showing that Janelle worked there is what got me digging. That definitely is what got me into this rabbit hole, and why not bring you all with me? Yeah, they were in Georgia. Yes. Yeah, I'm curious on that one too. Where was the jogger at? Wasn't there a that girl that jogged with her dog, or was that Chicago or something? I want to check into her too, because she was stabbed a few times, and so was her dog in that park. And so I want to look into her too. Montana. Okay. But and you say Montana makes me go to the you remember that too? Okay. No, nothing happens in Moscow. So what the hell? Yeah, yes. The girl in the park. There was a girl in the park. That one I'm curious about too, but you say Montana, it makes me wonder because, like I said, I have the paperwork of a black Explorer that LE owns with tinted windows and that. And I always wondered, and then I think it was Tonka that brought it up too, that wonder if that's the fancy SUV that Ian Harsh might have seen. Just a thought. That I don't know. But, okay, Lander, Wyoming. Okay. Okay. The expert Lana had on said that Ivers was left-handed. Yes. We're looking for a left-handed person. To everyone, sorry, we are getting out flu shots. Yes, I need to get mine. I live in Billing, Idaho, and in that area are tight. A lot of people go back and forth. Soda. Interesting. See, now you're just adding more stuff to my rabbit hole. Katie is an unsolved case that is very similar to the Ida case. Don't remember her last name off the top of my head. Christy, are you talking about Park murder? Catherine? Yes, that was it. Yes, only because I remembered that name. Piedmont Park. Yes, that was the one I was talking about. Good one, Stormy. Thank you. Huh. Yeah. Okay. Trying to read my chat here. But like I said, I put in a lot of work with this, trying to gather all this stuff to try to figure it out. But like I said, with Lars Bronze and his traffic problem that he does out there, and like I said, you've seen that I read you part of his 50-page report of some of the nasty things he does to these women out there. And the fact that he's supposed to be somewhat dating Molly and Janelle's his daughter just puts it all together. It just puts them all together. And that just makes me wonder now even more on why. Yeah, still no arrest in that case. I didn't think so. No one does talk, do they? They do not talk. And you know why? They don't. Well, my opinion only. They don't talk because the traffic problem that is going on out there, they know better because they all stick up for each other. They all protect each other. And obviously, I believe Ali is involved with sticking up for these people. They have them as CIs to do their dirty work. And when somebody gets too close to it, then I think they get these smucks to go tighten up lips. Whether it's, go beat their butt or eliminate them. You know what I mean? Yeah, loose lips sink ships. Yeah, so I don't think nobody out there is going to talk. And if you remember, right after this case broke, okay, Stormy, thank you. Right after this case went and all that, what was it, like within a couple of days, maybe it was a week or so, there was a big bust that went on out there that took down a lot of people. And they were linked like throughout all over, because there was some linked here because I'm in Pennsylvania, Western PA. I'm north of Pittsburgh, and there was some that was linked, to Pittsburgh out of that bust. And yeah, makes you wonder. Really makes you wonder, because they send recruiters to the bars. They tried to recruit me. I was told all about how things work. When I heard about Carla, I knew what this was. I think this goes much deeper than just drugs. It begins with a fight. Yeah. Yeah, you could be. Yeah. There's so many options that this could be. Oh my gosh. I mean, my brain spins on different ways that this could all be. But in all reality, I mean, come on. You couldn't pay me to live in that town. You could not pay me to live anywhere near that area. Not after reading this stuff and learning. And honestly, there's probably that kind of stuff around everywhere. I just don't dig into it like I did this case. Like I said, I made this my damn freaking 40-hour-a-week job anymore. I just don't get paid for it. That's all. If YouTube would just monetize me, it'd be really nice to, feel some kind of appreciated for what I do. I mean, I know you guys do. I'm not meaning that, but I always locked into the math. The theory has to fit it. Yes, theory does. It does. It does. But this just made me really wonder if Janelle did make up the order on purpose. But if that's the case, LE they know that. Because otherwise they would see proof that it was off of Ethan's phone. I want to see the proof of the DoorDash order being ordered off of Ethan's phone. You know what I mean? I want to see them prove to us that there was a DoorDash order off of Ethan's phone. Then, okay, maybe I won't think as much. But until then, I think Janelle was at work, and I think she made this order up so they could go to that house. And like Tonka said, maybe a fight, or maybe a fight occurred prior to, and they had to go in and fix the problem because, the fight hurt somebody severely. So, and because there was witnesses to that fight, well, they needed to call in backup to eliminate the people that witnessed and knows all that. I mean, there's just so many. Yes, I thought that too, Donna. If it came off of Ethan's phone and the order was from Ethan, then why would it have Xana's name on the bag? It wouldn't. The name would be under, unless, I mean, I guess maybe you could change the name on it and that. I mean, that ain't too hard to do. But it would definitely make a lot more sense. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I wish I had the answers that I could spell it out and put it exactly in front of us, but I couldn't. And this was the only way I could come up with it. And I'm like, well, I'm going to count on you guys to help me. And let's do some digging. Let's see what we can find. Let's see if we can, see what we can find. You know. Let's see what we can find on this stuff. Let's see if we can get the connection. Let's see if we can. Oh my gosh, it's going to let me on my phone. Wow. Not that I'm not pushing or meaning anything when I do this. I hope you all realize it. This is my Venmo. I only do this because I don't have super chats. I'm not monetized, at all. So if you want to, it's greatly appreciated, but it's also not expected. So if you do, I greatly appreciate you. If you don't, I understand. No big deal. But I wonder how they knew how to spell her name that way, because I wouldn't spelled it Xana. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, a little help from Dylan. Could be. Definitely. What'd I do? Post Venmo twice. Oh my goodness, I did. Sorry. Duh. Hey, The last couple of days, I haven't even been able to think straight. There's Cash App. There's Venmo. Whatever. Like I said, don't expect it, but it's appreciated. I worked hard on all this last couple days for everybody, for all of us to see the connection, for all of us to, see what we can find. But I think I'm going to end it. I don't know what else. I'm looking at my notes to make sure we kind of covered everything. I want to see the pain connection to the Mackies too, because Mackies come up with pain as, relatives. So I do want to see that whole. Okay. Okay. Oh, tomboy. That's where I need to go. I need to get my glasses fixed, and then I think maybe my eyes, I won't get the migraines from staring at the screen so much if I wore my glasses, right? I mean, that's the point of them. But, and like I said, they all live near each other. They all are into the same stuff. They're all, in Colfax. It's just strange. A lot of charges just disappear, don't show up, get dropped, whatever. Janelle's dad is not a good guy at all. And I'm sure she picked up on the same behaviors and the same, same stuff as her dad. So I can see that. I can see the, Molly does talk about a Justin in her pullovers where she's like, oh, I have nothing to do with him and everything else. So, I mean, could be two different people, definitely, but they're definitely linked together anyhow. I'm working on Payne's surname to see. Okay, good, Tonka. Let me know what you find. If any of you find any more, anything that comes more from this. Yes, Justin from Colfax. Yeah, she said that in her thing. I'm not part of that. But meanwhile, this last video shows you with a Justin, but you're not part of that. Yeah. I don't know. And the cop's reaction to Justin's name just made me realize that they know who he is for certain. Whether it's a CI name or not, it's definitely, that cop knew right away who he was. So, but I think that our connection is there. I have it right there. It just, we got to dig a little bit more, see what we can come up with, and go from there. I noticed that Mackey's charges too. It seems like he really hasn't had any charges recently. I don't have anything to do with any of the families anymore. Yeah. Yes, she does. She does, Tonka. True crime, yes, you're right. I don't have anything to do with any of that family anymore. That was a Molly quote. Yes, it was. Definitely. So I don't know. But I'm not going to keep dragging this out and keep dragging us here. I will, I can't get out of this rabbit hole yet. But I do want to continue working on the body cam of the arrival, because there's a lot in that I can point out to you. A lot of things showing that that's not real either. Same with the 911, that the 911 call and the arrival doesn't line up, doesn't match. There's a lot of things on that. And so I'm going to keep going with these things. If you guys come up with anything, my email is on my pages. I have 2 of them, so it really doesn't matter which one you use. I get them both. I can definitely see FBI working with possible 5 travelers and letting them get off in small shit to catch the big fish. Yep, exactly what they're doing, Shaggy. It has to. I mean, it just, after seeing their charges, and I mean, Justin has a rap sheet that's long, the charges for Justin. And then, like I said, it's weird because James Mackey was starting to have a rap sheet, but then all of a sudden his just stops. That's what made me think that he changed to Justin, and you know what I mean, all that. But it's not looking that way. If you guys, found the Justin profile and that, I mean, I guess they could make a profile. They could make it, look like whoever, but I'm not thinking that. 14 charges. Yeah. Yeah. I knew he had a lot of them. He had a good bit of charges. And then Janelle has fugitive warrants. She has, a felony. What was it? 2 and 3 degree for burglary. Like, and that was what, November 13th of 2022. Okay, so Justin's the legal name, and you think Jimmy Mackey is the fake name. Okay, see, I thought that too, but then I'm like, no, maybe not. And I kept trying to reverse it. So now you say maybe I should try. I'm going to look more into that. That's what, yeah, that is what they do. You are right, but okay. Justin is the legal name. Jimmy is the fake name. The FBI page is for the plan. Yeah. 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 The Facebook page definitely is. I know that, like I said, that the name that I can't say right, and you all laugh at me, Sabra or whatever it is, however you say her name. I really at first thought she was fake, but she is supposed to be Justin's sister. And it's just kind of weird that, she got ties too. I just couldn't tie her as much as I could Janelle and all of them, but she lives right there in between them. Say Saber. Okay. So it's Saber. Hi, Translucent. Have you been watching? Did you get to see? If not, you're going to have to do rewind. You see what's on my screen? Yes, he worked for Leyland Law Care. Yep. I don't know. We just got to dig a little more and see. I'll definitely dig some more. Recap it real quick. Okay. I will recap for Translucent because we've been talking in things, and she wanted to see this. I showed first was a clip of your video of Molly in her arrest and how the cop reacted to Justin's name. It just kind of gave me a feeling that the cop definitely knew that name. I also then showed you Lars Bronze and his reports, a 50-page report of his traffic that he does and how he, treats women and does all that. I then showed Jens that Janelle Bronze is Lars' daughter. Okay. Janelle Bronze and Justin, what was it? And all of them, Sabra, Janelle, all live within like 2 blocks of each other. I do show you the map, and because they're all like 1004 Colfax Main Street, and then it's like 1104 Main Street, and they're all within like blocks to each other. Okay. Then what else did I show you guys? I showed you Molly. Molly's supposed to be hooking up with Lar, which traffic his women. And James and Justin, I'm not. See, Jimmy's impersonating Justin, or Justin's impersonating Jimmy. I'm not quite sure. We're going to have to just dig into it a little bit more and see exactly if they are the same person. I think, you know, and I mean, I just feel they are, but maybe they're not. I mean, you can make any profile look like whoever they want. You know what I mean? So I think they are, but one of them's impersonating the other one is what I do believe. And then Janelle and Molly, obviously Janelle ran from the cops in the white Silverado that was Jimmy was pulled over in, but then it was, you know, one plate went to his boss and another plate went to a Harley motorcycle, like all that. Oh, please. Good morning. Too fast is too slow today. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I also put out, I have showed all their charges. I showed their profiles and everything back through there. James Johnson got busted when Molly was sent to hospital like a few hours later in Colfax. I wonder if he is related. I can send you the body cam I have of Johnson if you would like. I would, Translucent. I would definitely would. I will. Let me see. There, there's my email. Now on this page is another email for this account, so you can use either one of them. It really doesn't matter to me. But I showed the profiles to every one of them. I showed their records. I showed Lars traffic problem. And then as you can see on the screen right here, shows you that Janelle was employed at the Jack in the Box during this crime. Now, I can't get proof that she was working that night, but she did work for the Jack in the Box when this crime occurred. That was my big boom. But after that, like I said, it's just pretty much showing that they're all tied together. And if Janelle was working at the Jack in the Box that night, then yeah, she don't even have to be at work that night as long as she has like a bag or anything. Yeah, she could have faked that order easily. And, you know, Molly showed up and picked up the order and they went, or, you know, fake order. Who knows? Who knows on that one? But I can't. Yeah, she has long dark hair, Donna. Yep. All this talk of Jack in the Boxes really make me want to order Jack in the Box. I don't have a Jack in the Box here. But that's what I'm wondering. I want to see proof of the DoorDash. Like, I want to see that it came from wherever. I want to see proof of that DoorDash being from Ethan's phone that night. They haven't showed us that. So I don't know. Oh, thank you, Translucent. And great work on the Molly video for you too. because it wouldn't have brought all this to light if it wasn't for that video, because watching that video is what made me look like, wait a minute, that's not a Justin, that's a James Mackey. And I knew I had James's body cam, but I just, didn't play it for anybody yet. So once I went through that is when I was able to say, like, whoa, wait a minute, these two look like the same person. And then I started in researching. Jack in the Box is like McDonald's in Texas. There's one on every corner. Oh, wow. Yeah, we got McDonald's everywhere up here, but we do not have a Jack in the Box. So yes, Translucent, please go back and look and let me know what you find, because I'm curious. This rabbit hole is a big one. It's a deep one, and I know that there's more to it. So I know there's more to it. You know what I mean? Like, this don't just end right here. So I want to see the DoorDash order. I want to see the sheath. I want to see, like, there's so much, but in the end, that's what I showed you guys today, was just kind of the ties between them, how they all kind of put together. And I also showed that Mackie has pain in their family. Whether it's Brett pain, Tonka's kind of digging into that too, to see if we can put Brett pain to them pains, if he's related to the Mackies or not. I hope she does too, Tonka, because I've put a lot into this. And I know everybody else has put in way more than me. I mean, I'm lower on the totem pole than most on here, and there's definitely needs to, I hope somebody's looking into this. And that's really why I keep doing this. It just, not that I think my little video is going to hit viral and everybody's going to see it or something, but I hope it's enough out there that it gets seen and somebody does something, because something's wrong. Definitely wrong. And like I said, if Lars does that, Janelle follows in Dad's footprints. Molly's kind of dating Dad. So Dad's feeding Molly the rugs, and they're going around. And I think James, Justin, Jimmy, whatever his name is the one that sells the rugs, while Lars does the human part of it, and they all live within a block of each other. And Janelle worked at Jack in the Box. End of story. That's kind of how it all goes together. Hi, Miss Pottage. You'll have to rewind if you weren't watching. I did it as best as I could. I did it as best as I could. I like I told you guys, this ain't my cup of tea. This ain't how I like my body cam, and finding mistakes in body cam and that, to dig into actual paperwork and files and all that. That's not. But I'm doing it. I did it so I could show you guys, so we all can understand what is going on out there. Yes, at least 2013. I put it back to 2012. So you're saying 13. So yeah, I think it's right in there is when this group kind of came together. Yep, definitely. No, you're all right. You're all right, Miss Pottage. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. I didn't do a Lana presentation. I'm not that good with it all, but I did the best I could. I think I got my point across to everybody, and we go from there. But okay, guys, I'm going to end it for today, because I do not want my migraine to come back, and staring at this screen now since what? Oh, well, I'm at almost 3 hours that I've been on here. So I know that it's going to give me a headache here soon. I try not to look at my screen much, and I still got my fever, my body aches, but like I said, I needed to get this out for everybody. I needed you guys to see it. I want you, yes, trailer park. Oh yes, they definitely are in the trailer park too. Yep, that trailer where Molly's husband got shot. Yep. And Molly, she lives in one. On one of the reports, it just showed her living in one that was worth like 8,000. I don't think it was the Palouse trailer park, but it was one of them. If you go back, as I'm scrolling through all their reports and all their charges and everything, it goes to property owned and all that. But and you know what? Maybe that's what got what? Pav said Kapaka was dating a relative of Janelle. Ah. Is it like they haven't organized stuff? Okay, play cat. Okay, thanks, Christine. 95. Feel better. There's two different I thought there was two different trailer parks. Okay. Okay, then that's the one she's in, because I don't think it's the Palouse one. It was in the other one, but I thought there was a couple of them. So, okay, there's two different ones. So, yeah. But I'm wondering if what happened with Molly's husband, being eliminated back there, if that's what ended up getting her into this, or if she was into this prior to, but I don't know for certain. But this has been going on for a while. I just don't know quite when, each one of them joined up into it, but they're all crooked and something needs done. And it's disgusting. I mean, I just posted in earlier today in Discords and that of a poor kid that's, laying in a hospital bed right now from U of I frat kids and getting beat. And it's just there's a problem. There's a problem. Yeah. I thought that too, Tonka. I think they tried to rob him, and then it backfired on them. I have actually emailed Anne some stuff, so I have. Yeah, he's in a coma. I mean, then there's a problem out there. There's a huge problem out there. And I was the first to sit there and tell you that I did not think that this crime at 1122 had anything to do with rugs or traffic or anything like that. And now I think I'm eating my own words, but I'm starting to really wonder, especially with Janelle working for Jack in the Box, just really put it together for me. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sure she is. I'm sure she is. Yep. Molly's a good actor. That I will give her. She can, she knows how to play it. She knows how to play it. Because now if you think back to all her, traffic pullovers and the stuff that was being said and yeah, now it just kind of linked them all for certain together. I just want to know where the DoorDash came from. Was it, who brought it? That's my biggest thing. And I don't know if I can prove that Janelle was even on shift that night, because they don't want that out. So just like they didn't want it out that she even worked there. But I came across that and it was like, oh, okay. Yeah, they're on top of the list. Yeah, definitely. So it just makes you wonder what else has occurred out there in that town that stems from all of this. You know what I mean? Like what else? And are they like true crime X was saying, like they try to recruit the kids because then they get the kids to get in on it, then they start feeding them the rugs, which then they get hooked, so then they'll do anything, and then you just got one hell of a mess. Yes, Thompson was withholding Molly's info from Anne 100%. Yes, he was. And they give that away when they say that they were hiding her. There was no reason to hide her from a DoorDash. If she was just simply a DoorDash driver, there would be no reason to hide that. So to hide all that, yeah. And I don't think Anne knew anything. I don't think Anne knew anything at all about what Molly said in her traffic stop until Translucent played that video. And then we started digging into Molly and got her videos out. I think that's when Anne found out about Molly too. I really do. Or found out more about, or maybe, I mean, she probably knew about DoorDash, but I don't know if she knew an extent. I don't know. That's my gut feeling with it, is that Anne didn't know. And once, we got the Molly's videos and everything going out there and what she said, I think that's when Anne realized about Molly. And it wasn't long after that there was a plea made and everything. So, yeah. Yeah, you ain't gonna, users don't usually, but yeah. Yeah, I think Anne got surprised just like we got surprised with it. And then all of a sudden there's a plea deal. And I'm thinking, yeah. And then what? A month, a little over a month or whatever after, and then all of a sudden Janelle's fugitive warrant and burglary, the 2 and 3 degree burglaries and all that come after that, which by what I've seen, and I couldn't really prove it, but by what I've seen, it was May 2nd she was arrested, not August 8th, like they said. But they hid it. It was like they hid it until Brian pleaded. And then once he pleaded, they showed, I don't know. I don't know. Yep. Yeah, it definitely, because once Translucent showed that, I got that one, and then I pulled the other ones of them. I got the other ones of Molly too, and that's when it just started all coming together. No, Exxon didn't know who she was either. Nope. Yeah. Flea's pretty good point. They couldn't decide which one has least amount of criminal backgrounds and could be trustworthy. And Molly was the only one left, and she wasn't much to believe. But hey, she's friends with Bill Thompson. Makes it a little more clear for us now, huh? Yeah, she's friends with Bill Thompson, of course, because you're working for him. So of course Bill's going to keep her hush hush, because he knows that she's working for him. So, okay, guys. Molly only has traffic citations. Yeah, Molly don't have nothing. She has nothing. Stupid, no insurance and stuff like that. She really doesn't have any charges. Justin, different story. There was a lot for him. James Mackey, There was some, but they were back in back 2000 and what was it, 13, 10, somewhere in there, and then all of a sudden he didn't have no more charges. So SRB, thank you. Thank you all for being here. Bill just didn't. She was running her mouth in every cam video when she was getting stopped. Yes. Have a good day, SRV. But I am going to call it 2 just so I don't get a headache. And I'm starting to feel like poop again. I need more medicine in me and I need to break this fever. But I don't even know what it's coming from. That's the mystery of it. Is I just randomly have a fever for no reason and a migraine. But whatever. I wondered that too. I'm not finding anything. I'm not finding any his dying when he got cancer. Yeah. I was wondering because it was supposed to be stage 4 when Molly said that back at the Walmart stop. Well, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean when I say it, but if it was stage 4 back then, I would imagine he'd be gone now. So I don't know. But if that's James in the video with Molly in the new video, or Justin, vice versa, however, it looks a little rough. So who knows? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. There isn't no stage 4 because he would have been gone by now. You know what I mean? And I think that was just an intention grab or something. I don't know. I can't find anything on it, but I didn't really try to dig into that. Oh, he's under court supervision. I wonder if Jimmy took the identity of the other guy and they just say that Jimmy stays home because of cancer, but realistically he patrols as James. Yes, 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 please, yes. I wonder if Jimmy took on the identity of the other guy. Yeah, Jimmy and James and Justin and I think is all kind of together. Before you go, Translucent just put out another video one day ago. And yeah, I did. I seen that. The full video of it. I did see that. Did I see Lucy? Oh yeah, Lucy gonna show up at the end? Oh. Yeah, remission does happen. It could be. I mean, yeah, I guess. James Garrett Mackey is the stolen ID. Yeah. Justin Stringer is employed in Dakota. Yeah, but you know what? I mean, do we have proof other than just the paperwork saying he's employed there in North Dakota? Because, like I say, a CI, they can make that look as real as they want to make it look. Yeah. 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 Lucy rode with too fast. They're too slow today. Okay. You've been here, not in chat. Okay. Wow. I winged it. I got it out there. You've got my point. Everybody's seen my point to it. So now let's see what we can all find. If we can find any more in this rabbit hole. We could call the place of employment. Yeah, that definitely is an idea, Tonka. Because like I said, if he's a CI, they're going to make your file, they're going to make it look real. They're going to make it that they don't want us to figure it out. So it's hard to say. Oh, you're riding in the short bus. Lucy was navigating the drive. We got lost. Oh, my goodness. Guys, you guys. Oh, I love you guys. You make me not feel so sick right now. Thank you. Oh, that's funny. Right in the short bus. I don't know, Lucy, since you haven't talked, what do you think? I keep saying I want to go, but I'm just curious. You can always message me too. So I don't have to stay on for your response. But I'm going to keep digging. since I drug yous all in my rabbit hole with me, and it is dark in here, but I was scared. Must have been the right turn at Lake Erie. Yeah. I'm not 100% either. I keep going back and forth and back and forth, but then I keep thinking, they look alike. Not do I think that one identity is a CI identify. Even if he was a Fed, you'd never be able to link the two. Exactly. That's my point. If he is, our chances to link them are gonna be pretty slim because they're gonna make sure of that. And I don't know, the person that I seen is James Mackey pullover, and the person that walked up with Molly at the hospital recently looked like the same person. One's called James Mackey, the other one's called Justin. So I don't know. But who knows, right? I do think that the whole reason the state has mummed about the DoorDash is because she is connected to this group. Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. Yeah, she's definitely connected to the group. She is 100% on that. I nothing will change my mind on that after everything I've seen and showed you guys today and everything else. I mean, it's just obvious she's part of it. And like I said, it's just a matter of figuring out, was Janelle at work that night? I'm curious on that. But okay, guys, I'm going to call it a day. And Janelle, as much as Molly has, if she would spill the beans on everyone. I don't know. I've been on my own rabbit hole. I have not looked into these people at all. I really haven't. Like, I just, in the last, since the body cam of Molly come out, and it hit me that it looked like the same person. That's the only time I started into these guys. And like I said, I say it enough times, this ain't my normal research. This ain't my normal stuff. I like my body cam. I don't like documents and paperwork and everything else. But if I see the connection with them in this and that, then I knew everybody else would. You know what I mean? So that's what throws me the flag, is they're definitely involved in this together. So, okay, guys, I feel it coming on, so I'm going to end it before it hits me full force. And thank you all for being here. It means the world to me that you stuck it out with me through my horrible presentation. But I got my point out there. So, yes, Jimmy gives me red flags too, Tonka. So let me know what you find out. If anybody finds anything else out, meanwhile, I'm going to keep digging, trying to see what I come up with, and we will go from there. Meanwhile, I'm still working on my body cam and have some more stuff coming out. I don't know when. Today's going to be a day of probably not as much work until I can feel better. But enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm sure I will see you around today on YouTube streets. Hopefully, anyhow. To come up with anything, send me an email. Yes. Thank you, True Crime. Send me an email. Talk to you all later. Like, share, subscribe. If you want to donate, my links are there. My Cash App's pinned. Not expected, but greatly appreciate it. Hopefully soon I'll be monetized, but all that. Talk to you later. Enjoy your weekend. Love you guys.